What is up, YouTube? This is your boy Benji, and we are back balling, man. I had to check this video out, man. I've seen another video where Brandon Jennings was doing some considerable amount of hate on Donovan Mitchell, and I want to know what he's got to say about the Cavs taking their exit.
Brandon, you got us here. Let's talk about Donovan Mitchell. Missed the last 2 games with a calf injury, but averaged 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for the series on 48, 35, 82 shooting splits. For his career, Spiders averaging 28 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in the playoffs, but has never advanced past the second round. Brandon, do you believe Donovan Mitchell is a true #1 option?
No, he's not the vocal point on the championship team. That's all. Great player, probably a great guy off the court and everything, but he's just not the vocal point.
Focal point. It's with F.
Being a great guy off the court doesn't make you a killer on the court either. So.
Okay.
But
he's not a killer on the.
No. He's a killer, but he's just not that type of killer. Like
What type of killer you want him to be?
Yeah, please give him that
Your
hat.
head off killer?
Yeah.
Or the manslaughter accidentally?
Like OJ or Jeffrey Dahmer?
killer. Which kind of killer are you talking about?
OJ.
Yes, I believe.
OJ not here no more.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Come on, man.
Shit.
Come on, man. We debating here. Don't touch
No, I am. But I just feel like, okay, 7 years in, right? Then I looked at that draft class, right? I looked at the draft class, and when I'm looking at the draft class, I'm looking at certain people that's in that draft class.
Right.
And you got guys like Malik Monk. I think Malik Monk is a better player than Donovan Mitchell. Just off the fact, if you look at the stats, Malik Monk is averaging 15 points and 5 assists, and he's only getting about 26 minutes. So if he averaged 34 minutes, what the hell you think he'll be averaging in his numbers?
So let's give you the stat man.
No, I'm just saying these are the same people that's in the same class.
Give you the stat man.
And then we got Darrington Fox.
Let me give you
Same 7 years, right? Darrington Fox. I mean, no. If you go look at the numbers, if these guys are getting the same type of opportunity that he's getting, what would their numbers be?
I'm looking at the numbers right now.
That's fine.
You know what this is?
What?
Jason Tatum, 23.1 regular season stats per game.
What?
Donovan Mitchell, 24.8. That means that's more.
Stat man?
All right, let's go rebounds per game. Jason Tatum at 7, Donovan at 4. That means he has more rebounds. Jason Tatum has more rebounds. Donovan Mitchell, 4.6 assists per game. Jason Tatum, 3.5. Right, this is seven years together, right?
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum both are 5-time All-Stars. And
Yeah, keep
total points.
Bro, I'm like completely baffled that he really sit there and try to make that accusation. Just because you don't watch the Cavs, I don't think that should allow you opportunity to say something crazy like that. This is what I be talking about, that just because you play professional basketball does not mean you should have a voice to talk about basketball. Because what in the world will give you the mind to say something like that? Because the other podcast, he was saying that Donovan Mitchell was not a killer. Now he offers him an opportunity to be a killer, but he sat there and said out of his mouth that believes Malik Monk is better than Donovan Mitchell. Like, and where are you basing that off of? Oh, possibly if he plays more minutes, then you can do a shoulda, coulda, woulda on anything. Well, if Donovan Mitchell would have made more shots, then he would have averaged more. Like, it's a ridiculous way to even have a discussion, debate, argument, and I can't believe this guy is really out of his mouth. Just pretty much you blanket hater. You blatantly just hating. Crazy work.
Total points, 11,852 versus 11,619. Now, remember, me and you are having this conversation, so don't let this nigga come over here.
We're having a conversation.
Feels without conversation, right? What's the difference between the two again?
One plays in a system, and the other one just does whatever he wants.
Which one is which? Which one is which? Which one is which?
One is 2 years older, too, I heard.
Which one is which? Who plays in the system and who don't?
Jason Tatum plays in the system.
Okay.
So that's why he can't do that. If he was outside of that system, he would be doing it. I just said Malik Monk is. I just said I believe Malik Monk is a better player than Donovan Mitchell.
And that was the crazy, and he sat there and compared him to Tatum, which was actually a good point to bring up. But the fact that y'all just let him get off with that.
How tall is Jason Tatum?
He's 6'8".
He's 6'8"?
Yeah.
I thought he was 6'10".
They have the same stats, but one's 2 years younger. So I mean,
In the draft.
How tall is Jason Tatum?
He's 6'8". It says right here in his draft.
Gil claims 6'10", but I don't know if that's
No, it's 6'8". It says right here in his draft he was 6'8".
And
with the shoes on. That's with the shoes off. I can't help it if they.
Malik Monk.
Hold on.
Malik Monk
He keeps doing that. How tall is Bronny?
Bronny measured in with no shoes at I think 6'1.5".
And then what is he with shoes on?
I would say 6'3.5".
Okay, so they. Okay, so
potentially, I don't know how big is his.
So Jason Tatum is 6'8".
If he's wearing stilettos.
6'8", and Donovan Mitchell 6'3".
He's 6'3" with a shoe. No, Donovan Mitchell was 6'1" and then 6'3", so he's Bronny.
6'1".
So Bronny's the same.
So he's
Donovan Mitchell was
And
6'8".
Brunson.
If Donovan Mitchell was 6'8",
This is hypothetical now.
Brandon.
How tall is
Donovan Mitchell.
It's
was
been
6'8".
hypothetical.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell.
What kind of would he be better player for you if he was 6'8"?
No, it'd be the same thing.
All right, so if Jason Tatum was 6'1", what kind of player do you think he'd be?
I feel like Jalen.
I don't know.
Hypotheticals, dog. You can't even prove it.
We talk hypotheticals every single day.
We can prove one's
So,
2 years younger.
Brandon, can you answer the question?
You
What
do it
kind of
height.
player would Jason Tatum look
We
like
don't know.
if he was 6'1"?
I don't know. I'm
don't
not
know.
comparing height.
So you're gonna let him answer for you?
No, I'm just saying. No, listen. Let's go Malik Monk. Malik Monk is 6'3".
So we don't do hypotheticals no more, Brandon?
Now we're not gonna argue him, prove a point.
Bro,
Didn't we do a whole Allen Iverson conversation on hypotheticals on how much he would average if he played in today's game? We sat here and did a whole fucking segment.
Allen Iverson is a different. No,
Do you see how these
but Allen
niggas?
Iverson is
do
a
you
different
see how
breed.
these
Allen
niggas
Iverson's a
play?
different breed.
You see how these niggas?
We don't do
Iverson was
we're talking
5'11".
hypotheticals.
If Allen Iverson would gain, like, there's an argument that you can have there because you can use statistics to talk about that. Talking about if Jason Tatum was 6'1" is like a crazy out there hypothetical. Like, this is the second person that been making the worst takes on the show, and I can't believe that. I really allowed Brandon Jennings to get, normally Rashad is by far the worst when it comes to takes. And I can't believe I let Brandon Jennings even start speaking before I even allowed Rashad McCants to just completely ruin this conversation. What are you talking about? If Jason Tatum was 6'1", if he was 6'1", this game would be completely different. He'd be a different player. He'd be a different person. He might not be in the NBA. There's a bunch of different factors that would change. What are you talking about? Imagine, if you were 6'1", instead of, what? It's like saying if Brandon Jennings was 6'9".
What did I say?
What type of hypothetical?
I'm done with the hypotheticals because you can't prove them.
So
And I say
Brandon,
that.
But they're fun to discuss, Gil.
Yeah, I know they're fun.
Brandon, so Brandon.
Here's a fact.
So Brandon.
Here's a fact. Here's a fact, Brandon. No matter what stat he says, they're comparable. One is 2 years younger.
Who's younger?
Who you think?
Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
But what does that matter?
Yeah, he can sit there with one's 2 years younger with the same stats.
Jason
That's the difference.
6'1". What kind of player would he?
Hey, if Jason Tatum was 7 foot,
But then he compares himself to everybody in his draft class, Gilbert. So, I mean,
7, what type of player would he be? Huh? If he weighed 362 pounds and he was white.
I mean, he did the
It's dumb.
comparison.
It's
That's why I said the comparison was blasphemy.
I just say it's
Hey,
pointless.
look at me.
You did the comparison.
Look at me.
I am
Stop looking over there.
You did the
He
comparison.
cannot save you.
He wants to.
He can't save you.
He wants to win in fantasy.
I just killed you.
This is me and you.
I just killed you.
If Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell were both 6'6",
Both 6. What?
what are we looking at?
The same thing.
Looking at the same type of players. We're looking at the same type of talent. What makes one up better than the other, right? Put them on different teams. Is the success different?
No, we don't know.
Success is not different.
One is
right?
more marketable.
One plays for
the other
Boston.
one looked like a Ninja Turtle.
One plays for Boston his whole career. One plays
Wow.
for Utah and Cleveland.
Brandon, is that the issue?
He wants to win fantasy.
Utah and Cleveland.
Is looking like a Ninja Turtle the issue, Brandon?
Utah and Cleveland.
Ninja Turtles.
He's supposed to be.
He did.
Leonardo, Raphael,
See, he wants to
Donatello.
win. He wants to win something that you can't prove. You can't prove it.
Hey.
He wants to win something you can't
what
prove.
are they talking about?
He did the comparison. So he did a 6. He wanted to get in the bag.
Gil wanted to get in the bag so bad.
Donovan Mitchell.
He wanted to get in the bag.
did this.
Stay
started
on the top.
My fault.
Only one body bag here is for him.
So
If I didn't bring 2, I brought 1. If you want to crawl in, you can crawl in the body bag too. I'll try to zip it up, but sometimes
Then kill
I
him
don't
with a-
bring a big enough bag for the both of y'all.
then kill him with a fact.
I already
You
killed
can't
you.
prove if he's 6'1", he will be. We don't know.
The numbers
That's
disprove
irrelevant.
it. These are
The numbers is one.
See how you
has
did your
been-
teammate? Did y'all
one-
just tag?
I already said what I said.
Hey, I got it. Boom. One is 2 years younger, has been to the Eastern Conference 7 times, to the finals 2 times, as an all-NBA player a bunch of times. He's better and younger. Next. That is easy.
Next.
Okay.
You brought up the argument.
I know.
You comparing these two. I'm in the chat like, I was done with
Should
the
I
Donovan.
ask
Why you think I didn't answer?
Should we ask the chat again? Is it obvious?
Is Donovan Mitchell? No.
Should we ask him again?
No, ask the chat.
You want to ask him
no,
again?
ask the chat. Is
They
Donovan
said
Mitchell better than Jason
72%
Tatum?
of them said it was obvious.
Ask the chat.
Obvious
Is
that he was
Donovan Mitchell better
delusional.
than Jason Tatum? You brought it up.
We asked the chat first and foremost, is Donovan Mitchell a number 1 option? We had nearly 4,000 votes. 60% said yes, 39% said no.
That's crazy.
We're in the process.
That's crazy.
We're asking the
How,
chat again, is it
though?
obvious?
He has been the number 1 option every team has been on.
The main option, even
Okay,
The number 1 option.
He's not the number one
Gil
option on
said
a
that
vocal
Jalen
championship
Brunson.
team.
Gil said
But on
Jalen
that
Brunson
team,
wasn't the number 1 option.
On a winning championship team.
On a winning, that's my argument is he's
It's
not
a
the
winning
vocal point on a
championship
championship team.
championship team, but on
You cannot be. You will not be a guard and be that. We have enough evidence to prove that that is not a thing. You will not be the number 1 option and be a guard on a championship team unless you are Stephen Curry. And if we will consider Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan guards, sure, but being a small guard, undersized guard, you know what I mean, these guys are undersized twos, right? Masquerading as point guards. You will not be able to do it. The only one that's pretty much done it in recent history is Donovan Mitchell. I'm sorry, Stephen Curry. And no one else has been able to do it. And Stephen Curry ushered in a new brand of basketball. The Warriors ushered in a new brand of basketball.
on this.
That's
cast,
fine. That's whatever. The same thing like the
He
Jazz.
said, he knows. He said on a championship team.
Like to try to
Right,
go get the chip, no way. He's the number 1 option all the way to the top. No way. Just like in Utah, we saw the same shit. No way.
Like
Seven
if
ga-
Donovan-
seven-
if-
se-
okay,
that's
like
it.
if-
That's
if-
all I'm saying.
Like if Donovan Mitchell
wouldn't that be
needed
saying that Jason Tatum is
a
not?
Greek the Freak
Jason
or
Tatum is not a number
a
1 option,
Giannis,
right?
Yes, he is. They got
or
to the finals.
Giannis.
They ain't won it.
He ran into Steph Curry.
He hasn't won it.
He ran into Steph Curry, but
Don't
he's
give a
got. But what I'm
fuck who
saying,
you ran into.
but he's shown that
You being the number 1 option for
first of all-
7 straight times,
we got there. At least show me we can get there. Shit, we back here again.
So
as the number 1
okay,
option.
okay, how about
Jalen
this?
Brown sitting over there like, let me try.
Okay, how about this? How
And
about
we
this?
see how that worked.
I'm
We haven't tried it.
Brandon, if you're taking Embiid off of Philly and it's Maxi's team, who's better, Maxi or Donovan? Who does?
I got to see first.
They're doing the same. But do you think he will be doing the same thing as Donovan?
I don't know if he can get them to the second round, like Donovan. That's why I say I can't say that because Donovan's been to the second round. I just don't think
I know
Donovan
what you're saying.
like
He might need an Embiid, or he might need a
Yeah,
Davis, or he might need
and that's but
a
being
Jokic
that,
or
but trying to
somebody.
be the guy like he. No, stop it. Knock that shit off. Knock
What?
it off. Go put that over there.
But he's only can deal with what he's been dealt. I mean, that's not his fault. That's not his problem. That's not his fault. How you gonna condemn him because he's hooping and the rest of them are being trash? That's not his fault.
Knock it off. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but he's just not. If we trying to go win a ring, no way.
Who thought the Cavs were gonna win a ring when they went on the little winning streak? Did y'all think that the Cavs were gonna win a ring? Is that what was in people's heads this season?
No way. Stop it. Even my young boys told me, stop it.
So let's.
Wow.
But great player though.
Wow.
Great player, bro. Great player. Great guy. Great player.
You know Darius
But-
Garland had 11 points last night?
Okay. I mean,
That's the second.
they weren't even supposed to. They sat down.
supposed to
They
be
sat
a-
down half their team.
He's
They
an
weren't even supposed to be out there,
all-star.
bro.
He's an all-star.
They quit.
They could have played Tristan 40 minutes.
Yeah, didn't someone hurt his
Jared Allen had rib injuries,
Come
missed
on.
like 7 games.
Yeah.
8 games now. Shit.
You gotta put some respect on D. Mitch's name, bro.
I did. I just said he's not a number 1 option on a championship team.
That's not-
How's
He's
that
number
not
one
putting
option.
respect on him? I didn't say he's trash.
But that's not a. But that's a lot. That's a lot of people though.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's
So
not-
what is the
there's
point
a
you're
lot of
making?
people
Exactly.
who's not the number 1 option.
There is only but so many champions in the NBA. In the last 5 years, we got the Warriors and we've got the Nuggets. And I'm saying, like, what are we talking about? And then we'll slide in Giannis and them and LeBron. But there isn't many, like you said, number one options, period, because only one team can win. So how are we condemning him for that?
Just like, when Paul George said that, I think I'm
win a chip to be able to even have the conversation?
No,
you can be capable.
I would think so.
No, you can get
win
there.
the chip.
Getting there.
Because everybody in the playoffs is capable of being a champion, right?
Have a valid conversation about who's the number one option on a championship team.
What makes your team a championship team? You have to win it, or you have to get there.
No, getting there like Boston's getting there 5 times Eastern Conference Finals.
But you're not. If the NBA stopped today, then they haven't won a championship since KG and them. What?
In the finals. That's getting there.
But one finals appearance in that run though, and they got packed up.
By 6? I mean, but they didn't get
They twice.
What, twice?
Yeah, they're twice. Okay. Yeah, that's what. Two trips to the championship and 7 Eastern Conference. Yeah.
Like, don't do that. Don't ever do that again in the chat, bro. Don't put that.
I mean, to be honest, it's not something that is no. There's only been Steph, a guard being the number one.
That's what I'm saying.
That's rare.
One finals appearance.
Yeah, I might say one.
That's rare. That's rare.
But
one
how
finals.
many years? How many
That's rare for a guard to be the
You know who he turning into?
Shooting guard, the number one option.
You know who he about to turn into? Because it's about to get to that year 10. He's about to turn into. Remember when Paul George said, "Yo, I'm cool being the second option." Like it's about to be those type of conversations.
So wait. So Steph is. What other guard won a championship that was number one option?
Is Jalen Brunson a number
What
one
other guard? Huh?
For
Jalen Brunson, a number one option.
Yes, he's a number one option.
Yes, he's a number one option. Yes.
So
Yes.
Jalen Brunson doesn't have the formidable pieces to be a championship squad, right?
Yeah.
But he's a number one option.
Yes.
What's the difference between him and Donovan Mitchell?
Nothing.
So wouldn't that say, okay, so if nothing's different,
it is different.
Donovan Mitchell would then be considered a number one option.
He's a number one option.
He's a number one option.
We're saying that.
No, he's not saying that.
He's saying he's not a number one option on a championship.
You said that.
No,
he is not saying that. He's saying he's not a number one option, period. He's saying he's not a number one option. And I know he's captain.
I thought he said on the championship
No,
team.
that's our conversation.
That's fine. I think both. Yeah, that's fine.
He said the Cavs.
That's fine.
All role players.
Yeah, all fine.
How can he not be the number one option when he's leading the team and everything? What is Brandon Jennings talking about? Yo, you are hating.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, he says there's no number one option on the team.
That's fine.
The same option.
Dead body,
That's
bro.
fine.
You're
Yep.
tripping.
That's fine. That's fine.
Dead body.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And I'm sticking with that. I don't care. Put him on Orlando. Move out. Move over. No, nowhere. No, don't let this. He should not be shooting 25 shots a night.
Donovan Mitchell should not.
28 shots a night. He should not be shooting 25.
Yo, what's his
shots a night.
deal?
Somebody who has
Great
70.
number 2 in Orlando.
Somebody who has 70.
I don't
See?
care.
On your top.
I had 55, and I was like,
Yeah, he had
okay, well, you need to
52.
chill.
He had 50,
Okay?
50,
And
70,
sometimes
40,
you gotta know when
40,
to, sometimes you gotta know when to chill.
50, 40.
I love his game.
Don't top 6.
I love his game. I love his game.
I mean,
I love his game.
so, I mean, Steph is the only
But he's
guard.
on that tier of players, and I don't want to,
Brandon.
man, I hate to say this, but he's on that tier, they're superstars, they're stars, they're all stars, and, but he's right there where, where Paul George and DeMar is right now.
Yeah, Steph. Steph the last one in a minute.
Yeah, so you're, I mean, but in theory, you're right.
And they still better than him.
This is
But
not.
he's headed that.
Shut
he's
up.
headed that way.
But this is not a knock against him because Steph Curry is the only
Thank
guard
you.
in the last
Let's get to the
30
facts.
years to be the number one option to win a championship.
Yeah, I
Tony
like I'm
Parker
saying
won the
he's
finals
trash.
in
But he wasn't the number one
I'm
option.
just
so
pointing it out.
You can point it all you want. Number one.
Mr. Hippolito.
We can have a debate on Chauncey Billups.
Right.
We can debate on Chauncey Billups being the number one option,
Big shot.
I'm rolling.
right? Yeah. So,
I'm rolling.
So him and Steph in the last
said
since he's just trying to think of somebody.
No, Rip was the number one option.
Kobe.
Okay, so that
Kobe.
takes him out. Point guard. But, so we're talking about Donovan Mitchell.
Rip Hamilton wasn't the number one option. He didn't get Finals MVP, so he wasn't the number one option. He didn't get Finals MVP.
Iguodala got
We're
number
not
one
about
option.
finals. We're just talking about the
mean,
number
got,
one option. Who's
finals
the number one
MVP.
option on the team?
Big shot. Big shot.
So,
When it's time to go, I'm big shot.
so we asked the chat again, is it obvious? 3,500 voters. 71% said yes.
You know what I like about it? I love it because none of us know what it is.
What is
We just know.
They know.
I even push yes.
They know. They know what it means.
What they know.
They know.
Hey,
We don't have to say shit. They know. They're like, hey, man. Hey, are y'all seeing what I'm seeing?
Hey, ask the
He hating. Thank you. A hater, right? He hating. Sat on the couch and said Malik Monk. That's why, like, he's wilding. Yeah, take some time off, little bro. Go home. Nah, yeah, it's got to be some, like, he had to take his girl or something like that. Like, it don't even make sense. Brandon Lamar. Yeah, I was